Welcome back to another World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth video. I am Rage.
I'm Sage.
And we are doing a follow-up piece on a video that lots of YouTubers talked about, who burned down Teldrassil. And we had our wild and crazy ideas, and we went through all the different strategies that Sylvanas could take and why it wasn't her, but it was her.
Spoiler, we were wrong.
And so the alpha has some, quest text that's come out along with players releasing videos from such places like MMO Champion and other sites and other alpha testers. And we can see that it is clearly Sylvanas attacking and the Alliance repelling. It looks as if Sylvanas kind of played a Kansas City shuffle. She made everybody look left and then she went right. And so it looks like Silvermoon sent all of its forces, or a majority of its forces, down to Silithus, because they're the fastest ones to get to Silithus. And she actually used that as a distraction to cut in through Ashenvale, take out the outposts, go up to Darkshore, and then cut across to Teldrassil itself. So she took a very upfront approach. But at least lore-wise and sense, it does make sense if she, kind of weakened the lines, had all the main forces go down to defend Silithus for the Azerite. Meanwhile, she snuck in, well, not really snuck in, but took a brunt force approach with what was left and kind of smashed her way up to the Teldrassil.
Yeah, and with the Darnassus fleet heading down to Silithus, they were wide open. So, Sylvanas decides, subtleties out the window, we're just gonna bum rush the tree, and those outposts could put up a little fight, but when you got the whole horde army marching through, an outpost ain't gonna last very long.
And correction on my own thing that I said earlier, I said Silvermoon sent its stuff down. No, Silvermoon is horde. I'm sorry, I meant Darnassus, so my apologies there. I just thought about what I just said. Derp. But along that, we want to talk about some of these texts right here. We're going to read through this a little bit and kind of see what's going on. What is your strategy, Chandris? My strategy? First, find Sunwatcher, then fill him with arrows. Darkness, Sylvanas. Is that what you saw? What you wish to save us from? This line does grab me some curiosities. What darkness? Who is she saving? Is there a purpose here? Because even though we see that it is Sylvanas that burned down Teldrassil, we still get to go, what is her motivation? And there must be something that moved her to make this drastic attack. And so this line right here, Darkness, Sylvanas, is that what you saw, wish to save us from? Or is this somebody talking to, Malfurion? We're going to get to Shando and some of these other names that he goes by later on in this text. Or is it just somebody talking about what they foresaw, which is her coming? And maybe it's Darkness, Sylvanas coming. Is that what you saw and you wish to save us from? I'm not quite sure on the context of this conversation. Chandris, it's been 3,000 years. To think we'd meet again like this. I am destined to live for eternity. I will not die here. You should have died a long time ago, Ariel. We're here to see that happens. It's a shame you're fighting alongside these filthy humans. Chandris, such short, insignificant lives. Even in your final moments, you will fail to see the true potential of humans. It looks like there's some disdain here for fighting alongside the rest of the Alliance between maybe two other Alliance characters here. We know one is Chandris, but we don't know who the other one talking is.
The other one could even be Sylvanas herself, kind of a back and forth there.
Yep, could be her in the conversation as well. Shando, and Shando is Malfurion. So somebody's talking to Malfurion here. I'm assuming Tyrande or somebody else like that. I came as quickly as I could. I saw the war chief headed towards Zaramagar outpost. She has come for us, Delirian. The war chief has come to capture the world tree. Our troops, Shando. Tyrande sent them to defend our outpost in Silithus days ago. So it's not Tyrande talking to Malfurion because they're referencing Tyrande. But we see the troops that got sent down to Silithus here. Then there is still time, Delirian. Go forth and muster as many troops as possible from our nearby outposts. Travel to Darnassus, gather as many able body soldiers as you can, but do not leave the city unguarded. So it's really kind of a scramble here to get any defense going.
Yeah, you got the bulk of the fleet gone, So they're just taking city guards, outpost guards, anyone they can afford that won't leave the city too unguarded.
Then we have the line here from probably Delirian. I will intercept our fleet and bring them back to Darnassus. Now make haste. This wall will slow them down, but it will not hold forever. You may pass through the wall unharmed. The wisps will not harm you. I'm on it. So I think Malfurion is summoning the wisps of nature and other stuff as a defense around the city. And, that's what's holding it back while we're trying to get an entire fleet back. That's not the best defense ever, but it's something. But then again, those wisps did, blow up a demon with the previous World Tree. So there's some power in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
General Feathermoon, the Horde has invaded Darkshore. We must take action, Sentinels. Forward face. 4th Fleet, you are to reinforce the southern border of Darkshore. Bring the Glaive Throwers. 5th Fleet, create a ley line at the Wildbend River. Rouse our allies at the Grove of the Ancients. Hippogriff Archers, come with me. We will regroup in Lordanel and remain vigilant as mobile response unit. That leaves you, Hero. Report back to Captain Summermoon and reinforce that border. I have something that can help. So it looks like part of this questline is, or at least something going on here, because they're talking to us, Hero, is that we're going to be down in Darkshore trying to defend that and keeping the Horde from ever maybe even getting to Teldrassil, but obviously that's going to fail. The Horde has set fire to the buildings, put them out before the whole valley goes up in flames. Good work, the fires recede and we still have our homes. Thank you. The Horde has returned in force to try and finish the job. Stop them by any means necessary. They are driven back for now, and the town still stands. We owe you our lives. We have managed to seize another one of the Horde's siege weapons. Time to turn the tables on their forces. Ha! You sure sent them packing. It will take some time for their forces to mobilize again. Good work. And I feel like not only did Sylvanas pull the Kansas City Shuffle, everybody goes to Silithus while she runs in and attacks, but by this quest, and being that it's part 1 of the Burning of Teldrassil, I think she's pulling yet another Kansas City Shuffle within this, where she's making them think they've won, because obviously it does burn.
Yeah, we know from BlizzCon, the tree burns. So we'll have to see what all the tactics the Horde employ are, but it looks like the Alliance manages to scrape together a defense.
Or maybe there's a third possibility yet that we're not seeing, because it is only part 1 of the questline. Maybe Sylvanas tries to attack, things get set in flames, and maybe it's still not her that actually burns it down, because it seems like they're successful in defending it. It could be another party yet. I'm doubting that very much, because it seems very clear that it is Sylvanas. She's come in, she's attacked, there's fire involved, but it seems almost like they defend and win here. So there still is a chance that it could be yet another player on the board, but I'm gonna doubt it.
Yeah, I'm kind of doubting that as well. Sylvanas doesn't seem like the type to give up halfway through.
No.
And I doubt she's the type to retreat after a few setbacks.
And we have seen the art from BlizzCon 2017, where she's standing at Darkshore with, Teldrassil on fire. And more importantly, I think this goes into the who lit the match and who started the war. I truly do believe that Teldrassil got attacked before Undercity gets sieged.
Yeah, I think it's really pointing that way. The only thing I have to wonder, is this going to be pre-patch? Like the pre-patch setup for Battle for Azeroth? Because Blizzard already announced that basically the Siege of Undercity is going to be like the Broken Shore in Legion, where we're just dropped into the middle of it.
Yeah, and being that this is on the alpha already, and the Siege is not, I would assume that that also goes in order for how it's going to go live. This is the prerequisite before the expansion comes out, like you mentioned, and then when the expansion launches, as we've already been told at BlizzCon, we dive straight into the Siege.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing they did with Legion, just new story, new locale, but,
Yep.
You jump into the expansion, it's its whole scenario.
Yep. And so I'm seriously putting my money on that Sylvanas started this whole shindig.
I think so, but we'll just have to wait and see how this all pans out.
Which, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see that there's some answers to all the questions that we've had for months. But at the same time, I'm still disappointed that the bad guy is just the Horde.
We've been down this road before.
Yes, and so what is the motivation? If there's some motivation there, That would be great, but otherwise it's just the Horde War Chief picking a fight for the sake of it.
Then again, different angle here. The Horde may have lit the match, but who handed them the matches? The Alliance, under even Anduin's nose, Matthias Shaw or someone could have provoked this attack.
And we don't know that either. That's totally still up to speculation. That's true too. And part of me, even though I'm an Alliance player, hopes that there is something like that. A reason besides just the Horde being mean.
There's also always option 3. Our boy Rathian's at it again.
Could be that he's the one handing the matches still. We don't know what got all this started. We don't see it, but it looks like it's just Sylvanas wanting it. But we'll find out as time goes on. Let us know your thoughts and comments, what you had hopes for, whether you're okay with this spin of events, and how you guys feel being Horde players or Alliance players. In previous videos, you guys have been very passionate about comments regarding the Horde or the Alliance, so we really want to see those things in the comments below. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell icon for more updates as we get closer and closer to Alpha becoming Beta and Beta becoming the real thing here in August.
We hope to play with you, and we'll catch you later. Peace.